What's up, guys? How's it going? Hope you're having a happy Friday. This is Mo back on Mo TV, Independent Thinking for the Free Mind. Today I want to talk to you guys about something pretty deep, and it affects all of us every day of life. I want to talk to you guys about the misconceptions and misunderstandings of love. There are a lot of people who believe that love is only good times, love is only sunshine and rainbows, love is only always being happy all the time, always agreeing, always being best friends. And the truth is, love is hard. Love is a deep-rooted commitment that takes a lot of time and work and energy, and only when you truly love somebody is when you're able to say no amount of work and no amount of time is too much. You'll put it in, you'll do it, because they matter that much to you. And that's how you really understand you love them, is realizing you will go through hard times, you will have disagreements, you will have arguments, you will not like each other at times. And that's another big thing about love, is you don't always like each other, but love is deeper, love is unconditional. And just like a mother to her child, if she's a good mother and really loves her child, that's how a lover would be to their partner. But I just wanted to share some examples, because everything I talk about, I personally understand and have been through. I don't ever make anything up or just guess about it. I want you guys to know that you are listening and tuning into a realist who is actually real. I don't talk just to hear myself. In fact, I think more than I speak. God's honest truth. And every Friday when I film these for you guys, I think all week long about what I'm going to say before I film it and put it in here. And at the end of this video, I want you guys to have an honest understanding of love. No, I'm not the creator of love. No, I didn't make the word up or define it, but through living and through growing every day as an honest human being, I understand the meaning of love more and more. And it really took going through some tough, horrible relationships to instill in me what love is and what love is not. So just a couple examples from my love life. Pretty much all my girlfriends, it's over. We don't talk anymore, we're not friends, it's done. But the thing about it is, I had a tendency to always pick the wrong women, because I was seeking to fill a void in myself. I wasn't always as close to my mom as I wanted to be, and I sought that love and that relationship I didn't have in my girlfriends. And these are things you do subconsciously. You don't ever go out and say, oh, I want to find a woman who's just like my mom, or I'm looking for a woman because I'm not close enough to my mom. These are psychological things that we all go through, and we have to discover on our own through this journey called life. If you've ever picked the wrong person, you need to know why. Otherwise, you'll keep picking the wrong type of people and always wondering, geez, is this just my type? Am I doomed? No, it's not your type. You're not doomed. We all have gone through pain and trauma, and that pain and trauma has scarred us and changed us over the years. But getting back to the examples about my exes, I did not realize when I was in a relationship with a toxic woman, and I ended up picking toxic girlfriends numerous times. All my girlfriends never had their lives together, were never independent on their own, working or in school. They were just attractive and young, and my physical type, but it took me time to learn my actual real type, including mental, emotional, and physical. And I was just going strictly for physical because, I was younger and I just wanted to have fun, and I think she'd make a good girlfriend because she's cute. But I had to realize what selfishness was in a relationship, and they were selfish. I found myself being the one who paid for all the dates, who was the only person putting gas in my car when I was driving them around and going to see their families. I bought them gifts, they didn't buy me gifts. pretty much I let them become my entire world, and I was just a convenience for them. But again, seeking that love, that emptiness inside of me, I didn't see it until it had happened. But I can honestly say all of my girlfriends have been horrible. They were the typical gold digger type, minus I'm not rich, but I spent everything I had on them. So I paid for the relationships, I paid for the gifts, I paid to take them out, I paid to take out their brother and their sister and, impress their family. And boy, did they make me pay for it in the end. They were liars, they were cheaters, manipulators. They didn't want to put any work into the relationship. It was just all me, and all the while I thought, oh, the longer we are together, the more we mean to each other, the more you'll love me, this, that, the other. But guys, love is very complex and hard, but it is one thing for sure: equally committed to both people in the relationship. If you find yourself being the only person making the calls, sending the texts, doing the drives, buying the gifts, paying for the dates, if you're the only one all the time, you are being used. Because anybody who says that they love you will be more than willing to match what you put into the relationship, if not exceed, just to show you how much they love you and to show themselves, hey, this is what I do for someone I love. Fast forward, me and all my exes are over and we don't talk and we're not friends, but even to this day, they will play the victim constantly. If they were to ever talk about me and when they reference me on social media, they will say I'm the worst thing that ever happened to them. I'm the worst thing that ever happened in their life. I'm the worst lover they had. That's their perspective. But bear in mind, they were the ones crying the victim to me. They were the ones who wanted me to save them from their horrible lives. And I was the one who put in all the work and all the love. So how is the person who dedicates themselves to you honestly the worst lover, so horrible, and they're still playing the victim to this day? And it's crazy how, friends and family just jump to take their side because they are their friends and family, but, I've come a long way through learning with my own former friends and fake family that you can't just go off of people by their title. You really do need to go off people by their actions and their words. Do they define that title? Because, somebody could be your brother or your sister all day long, but if they're a mass murderer, they're a mass murderer. It's not, because he's my brother, he's not killing people, he's softly putting them to sleep. No. Murder is murder. Doesn't matter if it's your best friend or your boyfriend or whoever. So I implore that upon you guys. Yes, you know people and you feel certain types of way for them because of who they are to you, but you also have to look at them as a person, as a whole. Take the title away and be like, who is this person? What do they do? How do they act? And that's who they really are. The title is just in a positive, just like how you say he or she. It's just in a positive. It's just another word. But if they don't live up to those actions and define the word, then they were really just given the title. They didn't earn it. And it was hard for me to realize that with my ex-girlfriends. They didn't earn being my girlfriend at all. All they did was hang around, and they got gifts, and they got rides, and they got cherished, and they got phone calls and texts and all this love and devotion and attention from me, and they didn't deserve it. They didn't put it in. They didn't make a relationship. I was in the relationship by myself, and they were just claiming it to claim it. And I really want to stress to you guys to take note of who's in your life. If people are just hanging around because, that's my girlfriend, but she doesn't act like a girlfriend, she doesn't treat you like a girlfriend, she's not really your girlfriend, she's using you. And I know it hurts to admit that. It hurt like hell for me to admit, but it takes going through pain to let the healing process begin. Let me say that again, because I know it doesn't make sense, but it's true. It takes going through pain to let the healing process begin. You will always pick the wrong woman to be your girlfriend or the wrong man to be your boyfriend if you don't look inside of yourself and ask yourself, why am I stuck with this person? Why am I with this person? What do they bring to the relationship? Are they bettering my life? Are they worsening my life? Am I becoming a better person or a worse person? With all of my exes, I became the absolute opposite of myself. I'm a loving, caring, peaceful person who just wants to get along with everybody. But when I was with my exes, and how they used me, and how they treated me with disrespect, and how they lied to me, and literally made a joke out of me to their friends and their family. Just like, hey, look at this person I'm taking advantage of, and they think I really care about them, but I don't. I became angry. I became a monster, you know? They were just turning me into the exact opposite of who I am. And that's what you need to take note of, is how does somebody affect your life, for the better or for the worse? Are you becoming stronger? Or are you becoming weaker? Are you depending on them more? Or are you depending on yourself more? Are you cutting out your friends and family, or is everybody coming together? Now note that if you're in a toxic family or have toxic friends, yes, those people need to be cut out. But if you actually have a good family and good friends, and your boyfriend or girlfriend is trying to take you away from them out of spite or jealousy, you need to realize you're in a toxic relationship. Love is not selfish. Love is kind. Love is patient. Love is unconditional. If somebody wants you to be happy, they want you to be happy, period. The last thing, or one of the last things my last ex-girlfriend said to me before we stopped talking was, she said that when she left me, she wanted me to die. And that was the absolute worst relationship of my life. She turned my life completely upside down. I tried to help her by having her move in with me, and she had a son too, and her son moved in with us too. And it didn't take me long to realize that she wasn't interested in working. She wasn't interested in going to school. She wasn't interested in helping me. She wasn't even interested in raising her son. She was more just like a babysitter who gave birth to him but didn't want to actually act like his mother. I would be the only one working and paying bills and got the place for us to share and fixed it up for us and everything. I put in my all. I dropped out of college to work. I almost died in a car accident and I lost my car. You know, I literally beyond put my life on the line for this woman to show her how much I loved her, because I thought she loved me the same. And she was just using me to get away from her unhappiness of where she was shacking up at her sister's. You gotta be aware of when people are using you guys. If people aren't willing to put into the relationship, you can never be with somebody who completely has nothing. Because even though you can be broke and have a job that doesn't pay you enough money. You can be broke and be in school to get a career. You can be broke and have plans and ambition and drive. But you don't want to get with somebody who has absolutely nothing going on, absolutely no plans, absolutely no ambition. And that's exactly the exes I had. I pretty much had to raise grown-ass women while I was dating them on how to be mature, how to want to work, how to want more, how to actually act their age and live a life. And to this day, because I gave them the tough love that their parents didn't and none of their exes before me did, they would say, "Oh, you're the worst relationship I ever had. You were so horrible to me." And they'll play the victim to anybody they're dating now, or I think they're both married now, so they broke up with me and they got married. But I mean, seriously, anybody who's really talking about a relationship will be willing to admit their flaws and their faults. It's never always the other person's fault. Just like me. I will admit, yes, my girlfriends were horrible to me. Yes, they took complete advantage of me, but it's my fault that I allowed them to have that power over me. It's my fault that I didn't realize I was doing too much and getting absolutely too little in return. It's my fault that even though I saw the red flags and I broke up with them, it's my fault for getting back with them and holding on to those red flags and bypassing them to get back with them. Because it was after I bypassed all those red flags that they had absolutely no respect for me, absolutely no care for me. They weren't even pretending anymore. It was just straight up, okay, you know what it is. You're going to take care of me. I'm going to take advantage of you. I'm going to use you. You're going to pretend that I love you and it'll just happen until it all blows up in your face and they end up leaving me. So that's one last thing I want to say to you guys is be aware of when people are toxic. If somebody's making you the opposite of who you are, if somebody's taking away from you and not giving back to you, if somebody is trying to take away good people in your life out of spite or jealousy, all these traits are toxic. If somebody can't talk about real issues and they get upset when you want to talk about the truth, they are toxic. And toxic people can change, but you can't change them. They have to want to change themselves. And that usually never happens. You know why? Because they don't realize they're toxic. They'll never admit it, and that's the thing. They could never say it's their fault. They could never say it's their responsibility. It's always someone else's. They are always the victim. And this is just why you have to get toxic people out of your life, because you will find yourself in a constant position of cleaning up someone else's messes while getting no respect, no love, and them saying to everybody else that they're your victim when you're their victim. Another thing I want to say real quick is when you have your life together and you're working hard for yourself, if you're in school, if you're working a job and you like it and you're about to advance, don't ever rush a relationship. If it's meant to be, it will be. And by meant to be, I mean both people want it, so both people will work to make it happen, not just magic over a rainbow or a shooting star. But if you are the one who has to inconvenience your life to be together with them, don't do it. That's what I did with my ex. Like I told you, I dropped out of college. I almost got in a car accident and lost my car. Pretty much my life completely went up in shambles to be with her, and it went even more in shambles to the point I was homeless while I was with her. Like, she got me homeless. And all that was because I was not thinking of myself first. I was not thinking, no, Monique, you're in college, you've worked too hard for this. Don't let it go. And I was right on the verge of getting my degree. And, you know, I found another passion that makes me happier, so I'm doing massage therapy now. But long story short, guys, you have to put yourself first. This is your life. You get one life. YOLO. Drake said it best, but you could say it too, because it's true. You only live once. You cannot squander your time, which is already limited, to make someone else happy because you think they love you. You cannot waste time because people don't want to invest in themselves and they want you to do all the work for them. If there's anything I want to do in this life, it's make a positive impact in the world, and not just through massage therapy and my own private practice, but also with good advice through these videos. If I can, everybody's going to get their heart broken at some point, just because that's life and we all go through it. But if I can help you not get crushed, like if you could only be hurt by, oh, okay, they didn't like me like I like them, but to not have your life completely ruined by another person, that's what I want to help you try to avoid, is avoiding having your life ruined by another person, because nothing hurts worse than when you invest everything in somebody and they invest nothing back in you, and it was all a lie, just for them to advance to the next level, just for them to cry the victim to the next set of lovers and family members. You have got to stay strong and focus on yourself, and you will be called selfish, and you will be called horrible things just because when people don't understand and respect your boundaries, that's what they show you, is how little respect they have for you, period. But know to yourself, you will not be sorry when you have the career of your dreams. You will not be sorry when you have success and happiness in yourself. You will not be sorry when you don't let other people hurt you and take advantage of you and leave you feeling like crap on the inside of your heart. You will not be sorry when you are around good people who are not toxic and don't hang around toxic people. You will not be sorry for putting yourself first, but you will be sorry for believing someone else's bullshit victim stories. You will be sorry for putting your life on hold for someone else's. You will be sorry for staying with a toxic person even though you see all the red flags and you avoid them. People do not change unless if they want to change. You cannot save them. You cannot change them. Do not be misconceived on what love is. Love is unconditional. Love is not selfish. Love is kind. But love is not destroying yourself to save someone else.